I have a take on Angel Reese that I'm sure will trigger a bunch of people, but I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's quit on the Chicago Sky.
On national television, it's been the most polarizing conversation in all of sports over the last 24 hours rather. Angel Reese, many would suggest that she overreacted, but Slick, do you have an issue?
She's been claiming a back injury basically since the All-Star break. And there's no details. Every day we hear that Angel Reese is day to day.
Angel Reese's reaction to Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul.
Yes. And I have an issue with the way she reacted. I have an issue with the way it's being handled by her, by the Chicago Sky, everybody involved. I have a problem with it being called a flagrant foul.
Angel Reese just went from face of the Chicago Sky to the center of what's being called a complete meltdown. The Sky supposedly sued her after she refused to travel midseason, and fans are asking, is this the end of her franchise star status? You clicked this video because you saw the title. Yes, it's true, the lawsuit talk is real. But the bigger question is, why is Angel missing at the very moments her team and fans need her most? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Did Angel Reese really leave her team hanging in the middle of the season? That's the question that keeps coming up. And when you look at how this all played out, it's not just one incident, it feels like a pattern. Over the last 3 seasons, she's had moments where she just disappears, whether it's sitting out stretches without any clear reason, or not even being seen on the bench. Fans didn't just notice, they started expecting these strange absences, and now the rumors of a lawsuit from the Chicago Sky make those disappearances look a whole lot more serious than before. Think about this for a second. If your star player isn't suiting up,
all we've heard is day to day, and Angel Reese has disappeared. She knew, she identified once they lost Vandersloot, their point guard, early in the year, and once they started getting their brains beat in, hey, we're not going to win anything this year.
The only reason Angel gets the ball is because she shoves Aaliyah Boston in the back. And Caitlin sees that, and she's like, you know what? You're not getting a bucket off of that. I'm going to put you on the free throw line. And Angel acts as if, oh, wait a minute, you're getting your butt kicked.
I'm not putting these L's on my resume. I'm going to have an excuse for the Chicago Sky potentially coming in with the worst or second worst record in the WNBA. These losses will not be on my resume.
You're getting your butt kicked right now. It was a take foul. You're going to the free throw line to shoot some free throws. Can we just stop? What are we doing here? It's a basketball play. And to your point, it's now become the most inflammatory thing.
Fine, maybe it's an injury. Teams deal with that all the time. But here, it's not just about missing a game. It's about being nowhere to be found when the spotlight shines brightest. Remember that battle with the Indiana Fever? That rivalry game was supposed to bring everything to the table. Angel on one side, Caitlin Clark on the other. The kind of matchup every fan pays attention to. But Angel wasn't just off the court. Reportedly, she wasn't even in the building. And that's not just an absence. That's an empty seat that everybody notices. Now here's the kicker. Indiana has dominated Chicago in their most recent meetings, going 7-1. That's not bad luck, that's a beatdown. And when your star forward is missing, guess who gets pointed at? The optics of that are brutal. People were already frustrated with their record against the Fever, and then Angel doesn't travel with the team? That only pours fuel on the fire. Fans start saying, what's really going on here? Why is she okay to show up in street clothes at all-star events, laughing on the sidelines, but not okay to sit in street clothes when the Sky are battling a conference rival?
In her mind, and in some of these Twitter groupies that post about her, this is proof of how valuable Angel Reese is. The Chicago Sky are 1-10 in games Angel Reese doesn't play.
It's a simple and she said it, it's a simple basketball play, except obviously somebody gave her that line, can't take any more questions. I'm still hot afterward. What, I don't understand, well, I do understand why it's become such a big deal.
What they do not understand is that coaches, and I know the WNBA in some regards isn't a real sports league, and I don't know if they think like real coaches and real people in sports.
Me to diagnose and assess that play. Yeah. It was a simple basketball play. You put that in the NBA, You think guys are getting up, getting ready to swing and fight?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I think
Going to the free throw line.
Well, first of all, Slick.
When we hold that up to the way other big-time players operate, the contrast couldn't be sharper. Look at how most veterans handle injuries. They travel with the team no matter what. They sit on the bench, they grab clipboards, and they cheer. Even if they can't step on the court, they show up in body language and presence. That leadership speaks volumes in a locker room and in the stands. Angel missing trips, missing rivalry nights. It doesn't just take her talent away. It makes the team look leaderless. And when your absence starts looking like a choice, not a necessity, that's when fans and even teammates get frustrated. What makes this so confusing is her scattered appearances. She pops up at practice. She's visible at All-Star Weekend. She's right there when cameras are rolling for appearances. But then when Chicago faces arguably the biggest matchup of their year, she vanishes again. It almost feels like some type of injury witness protection, where the team protects her with silence, but no one can actually explain what's happening. That silence raises suspicion. Is it really about a medical issue, or has there been some behind-the-scenes conflict that people don't fully know about? And with rumors about the Sky filing a lawsuit against her.
If you're not available, you have no value. And so you can sit there and say, well, the same applies to Caitlin Clark. Yes, it does. But Caitlin Clark appears to have a legitimate injury.
These women, right? I know they women. I know they got long hair. I know all that. They got lashes, don't they look nice? I get all that. They are warriors. The same way you look at NFL players, the same way you look at NBA basketball players. There's certain fouls in the NBA where they don't look like much.
That everybody can trace to a moment and a time during the games where she re-aggravated, she originally injured, she had a comeback where it lasted 2 or 3 games, re-injured it.
And if it wasn't Caitlin that fouled him, anybody else that fouled her a certain way, she might get upset. And there's nothing wrong with that because we see it in basketball too.
Wait a minute. You're saying that if it had been anybody else fouling her, she would have reacted the exact same way.
What I'm saying is, now maybe they might have.
You have to wonder, could this go beyond basketball? When teams take legal steps, it's usually about contracts, money, or failure to meet obligations. If they really did put paperwork on the table, then it means her not playing didn't just hurt the team's chances on the court. It hurt them in terms of their investment, their brand, and their trust. Here's the thing. This isn't just about 1 year. If you dig into her time over the past 3 seasons, you can find multiple examples where big stretches have gone missing from her resume. That's the real trend, not just a sprained ankle in 2024, but a repeated cycle where when games get tough or the moment is huge, she somehow isn't where the team expects her to be. That's why people are worried. Any single injury you can excuse, but when it happens time and again, it starts to shape how people define your career. And that leads to the bigger question of leadership. If your star keeps fading in and out, then how do you measure their value as a franchise cornerstone? This is where the comparisons are coming in, because when you stack Angel's choices next to